All right, coming to you live from SETI Alpha 5.
This is SETI Alpha 5.
We are the Sons of Khan, and, well, how do I put this?
We offer the world order.
And in so doing, it is up to us to continue said tradition, so we follow a very specific format. And if you've ever watched any of our shows, that's kind of a big deal for us, because we don't do that whole format and following thing. So let's go ahead and get the introductions out of the way, shall we? I normally play as William Bush. I'm usually a Vice Admiral. Today I'm a little lower on the totem pole. In fact, I am Phoenix Sarah, which I'm a joined Trill. I pilot an old NX Star Cruiser. And, man, I don't think I'm very high at all. A lieutenant, I believe, is where I'm at right now.
Go ahead, dude.
I am Captain Proto. I'm a Betazoid, and this is my first time here, so woo!
That's true. That's true.
What's the
Betazoid, you're empathic. You know
Yes,
what
I
I'm
am.
thinking?
You're thinking that we're gonna have a blast.
Actually, these have been pretty fun, so yeah, we might actually.
My ship is the going by like the original like Enterprise with like the A's and the B's and stuff. My ship is the El Dorado A, and it's a Intrepid class looking ship. I'm assuming it is an Intrepid, and because I'm a science officer, yeah. And yeah, I think that's it for me right now.
Well, I am Vice Admiral Nicholas Bennett. That's right, Vice Admiral. You salute me, bitch. I am the commanding officer of the USS Satsuki 5. The NCC 1987E is a Sovereign-esque class cruiser that I am actually probably going to sprint off real quick to use my upgrade token on. So I'll be right back. Leap of Kingdoms!
And we just lost one of our vice admirals. He committed suicide.
No, actually, we've tried this. We've come to figure out something, which we'll get into later.
Yeah, it's freaking hilarious. Alright, how the hell do I use this item?
I
Go, Seth.
Nope. Saving best for last. I gotta show Shane how we do this.
Alright. So shouldn't Bill went last?
Oh, burn!
Anyway.
I am Captain Scott Action Jackson. I'm currently commanding the USS Ruxpin D, the exploration cruiser that more or less looks like the next-gen Enterprise.
So you're a Galaxy class.
Yeah,
Okay.
except I got the free Galaxy class.
Right, that's still a Galaxy class cruiser. I mean, it is free.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough that they didn't. I'm one of the only people that got screwed on favorite ship. Because my favorite ship is the Excelsior. There's only one way to get it. Pay that money.
That's true.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
Everybody else here had a shot at their favorite ship. Like, when Shane gets up there, he will be able to just get a free Sovereign. If he wanted,
Which is what I've got.
If he wanted to do it, he could just get a free Sovereign and cruise around.
So is Mr. Bane going?
Name is not Mr. Bane, sir. The name... Sorry, needed a cigarette. Because as an alien class, nicotine does not affect me. Nor does lung cancer. But I am Vice Admiral Sario Tank Rakoju, and I am the main captain of the USS My Dick Hurts.
I bet it does.
And with that, we can begin the dance party.
You do that. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this token.
Oh, so that's how you start dancing.
We are jigging up in here.
I can't believe I found those. I was like, fuck yes.
Seriously, how the hell do I use this ship upgrade token?
I'm just looking around to see how many people are down on the floor wondering what the fuck is going on up here.
Speaking in which, you recognize this uniform here, Shane? You recognize that their uniform?
You got Khan's uniform on.
That's right.
Nice.
Okay, we
awesome.
always start our show after that with the news. And holy shit. Okay, let me go ahead and get the other article out of the way. There's a giveaway. If anybody's interested, the Star Trek Online giveaway code, which is a huge deal, by the way, and it's only available to people on the PlayStation 4, but Star Trek Online is giving away 25 code bundles in order of its recent relaunch. They unlock starships, uniforms, bridge officers, and more. The codes are available only on PS4 for players in North America and must be used within the year. Each code bundle will include a Starfleet Pack Federation, Legacy Pack Romulan, and Empire Pack Klingon. Each of these packs are faction-specific. You must create a Federation character to redeem the Starfleet Pack, Romulan character to redeem the Legacy, and KDF character in order to redeem the Empire. Let's go over this for a second. If you was to buy the Starfleet pack, it costs a couple pennies, first off, and you get a Delta Flyer pet, and the shuttle for that matter, an NX-class Explorer, a Rhode Island science vessel, an Excelsior-class cruiser, a Sao Paulo-class escort, a Valiant-class escort, a Jupiter uniform, 7 of 9's uniform, liberated Borg human officer, Sahlet Cub, the Cub pet, the little cat thing I run around with, you get one of those, and unique character titles. For the Legacy Pack, you will get a Scorpion fighter. This is going to get complicated, so I apologize. I may need to work on my Romulan, but Tivaro-class light warbird, Dahil-class warbird, Valdor-class warbird, Dirid Thau-class warbird, Malam-class light warbird, the original series uniforms, Nemesis uniforms. If you don't know what those are what was worn by the Remus people. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. You will get a liberated Borg Reman officer, and those are the people that I was talking about, the Remans. Apologize. Another one of those cats, and unique character titles. For the Empire pack, you will get a Tu-Jao jet fighter, a Bulrolth class bird of prey, a Quadun class bird of prey, a Coral T Inga class battle cruiser, a Pyjok class raptor, a Noktev class battle cruiser, academy uniforms, mercenary costumes, liberated Borg Klingon officers, another cat, and unique character titles. Damn. To get one of these code packs, you need to email, this is capital T, capital B, ONZ, websites at gmail.com by Sunday, September 25th, by at least 11:59. You have to include a working email. That's today.
So that means it's over.
This is a little late, but this was in the news.
It means like before it hits midnight on Monday, going into Monday.
Yep.
And wait, what was this thing that we had the email? Hold on a second, because I'm gonna do this.
I just told you. T Bonds websites. Capital T B O N Z websites at gmail.com.
T or capital T, is it lowercase b?
No, uppercase.
Oh, so it's all uppercase?
No, it's not. I said capital TB, then I paused to give the indication that we were no longer capitalized.
And then ONZ websites.
Yep. At gmail.com.
At gmail.com. And then
Include a working email. 25 names will be drawn and winners notified early next week. The list of winners will also be announced in a short article early next week, so you can check the website, and good luck.
So was there something like subject-wise that you're supposed to put in the email, or?
Not that he's posted, no. Now we're going to get into something huge, people. Star Trek Online has released its official timeline. Since Star Trek Online is a canon era of Star Trek in general, this is not a small deal, it's a big deal. This is a lot to go over, so I will attempt to go through this as quick as I can, and if you guys end up wanting to talk about something as we go, then so be it, but here goes. In 2263, we made first contact. 2151 to 2161, the Star Trek Enterprise was the main ship of the Federation, which at this point was not really a Federation quite yet. In 2156 to 2160, the Earth-Romulan War took place. It was fought mostly in ships that did not have visual communication, and because of this, nobody had ever actually seen the enemy that we fought. The Romulans were an invisible species to us. We did not actually get our first look at what Romulans looked like until the original series of Star Trek years later. This was the First Contact War, the Earth-Romulan War. And there are people that are in Kirk's time that still have a sour taste in their mouth because they lost a lot of grandparents and parents to that war. In 2233, the timeline is disrupted. Nero arrives from the 2387. In 2233, Nero will destroy the USS Kelvin. In 2258, Spock will arrive from 2387. In 2258, Vulcan will be completely obliterated. This sets off a chain link of reaction that will completely split the timeline forever from this point forward, creating the Kelvin universe that will run parallel. Back in the normal universe, however, which is the one that we are in, 2266 and 22 to 2269, the original series ran its course. So we never actually saw all of the 5-year mission, if you take that into account. In 2273, the V'ger entity is detected and neutralized. In 2285, Khan resurfaces and the Genesis device is activated. Not a small deal, by the way.
One of those once.
2293 was the first Khitomer Accords. The Khitomer Accords are the reason that we were under the impression that peace was going to last forever with the Klingons. As we can see, it did not. The Khitomer Accords would later be disbanded. 2293, the Enterprise 1701B will be launched. What do you know about that, Shane?
Well, I do know that it has the worst captain in Starfleet history.
Is it because everything showed up on Tuesday?
That's not just it. I've told Bill that to be a part of the flagship of the Federation, to captain that kind of starship, you have to be something special. That guy must have paid his way in. Because he ain't nothing special.
But,
got
but
Kirk.
the payments came in on Tuesday, so.
Everything coming on Tuesday, and it's because of that dude's ignorant command that fucking Kirk, quote unquote, died.
Yep, he is assumed dead.
Yep.
2344. We just jumped from 2293, by the way. In 2344, the Enterprise 1701-C will be destroyed. Tasha Yar will be captured by Romulans on the exact same date. In 2364 to 2370, the Next Generation 1701D will be launched.
What was those
And it
years
will,
again?
of course, run its course through that time. It was 2364 that saw the launch of the Galaxy class 1701D.
So they waited 20 years from the Ambassador to the Galaxy?
Yep.
Wow.
Well,
Kind of a
as far as
kind of a lengthy time.
yeah, it is actually. If you really think about it, the sea was destroyed, and from my knowledge, from what I know, a ship with the name Enterprise was not present until 2364 when the Galaxy class was launched.
They went 20 years without
an Enterprise in service. Yes.
Damn. Okay.
2369 through 2375, the Deep Space Nine is established.
Then fuck that place.
Yeah, yay, Deep Space
Also,
Nine.
in 2369 to 2375, somewhere towards the middle of that era, we got drug into the Dominion War. In 2373, the Enterprise 1701E will be launched.
Hell yeah.
The Sovereign class.
Oh,
Yes, Shane's
just
favorite.
quick FYI. Unless you buy a ship, and not with dilithium, not with your free upgrade token, unless you legitimately buy a T5 ship,
Yeah, you cannot
use
upgrade
an
it.
upgrade token.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I would have known that. This would have been prudent information.
You did not ask me. I didn't even stop to think about it. You said, I'm going to run off to use this token. For some reason, I thought that you already knew since you were going down there to use it.
Nope. So I just spent 700 of these thingies. On
You
that
have it
ship
now
upgrade
for if you
token.
get one.
No, because I'll just buy a T6 ship.
And then you can use the upgrade token anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think you can upgrade T6.
So just buy a T5 so you don't waste your money. I don't know what to tell you, dude. 2371 to 2378, Voyager will be launched and lost in the Delta Quadrant.
That's okay. That's when Voyager takes place. Okay.
In 2387, Romulus will be completely obliterated. In 2393, Bajor will gain full Federation membership. In 2399, the Khitomer Accords will dissolve, and the Klingons will wage war across the Federation. The Accords held up for a long time, to be fair. But with the destruction of Romulus, everything fell apart. That was not a small deal. It caused everything in the Starfleet universe to cripple. Including the timeline, if you want to get technical.
Right.
Which brings us to STO. It is currently 2409 here in Star Trek Online. We are a decade inside the war. That's 10 solid years of war with Romulus, what's left of it, the Empire, and the Klingons. And the Borg is still a big problem. And
Yeah,
the
the
Gorn
Borg-
joining the problem makes it even worse. There's
And
a
the
reason.
Cardassians.
There's a reason why a child was given captain of a vessel. that story at the start of the game makes sense. The Federation is in worse shape than we would like to admit here in this timeline. On top of that, the 2600s, which is way later, but still relevant to what we're going through, by the way, in case you don't know. The 2600s will begin the temporal time war.
So 200 years?
200 years from now, full usable time technology will be invented that will allow people to travel through time as easy as we walk through the air. It will begin the temporal wars.
Okay.
In the 2800s,
which some of us have dealt with.
In the 2800s, the temporal agencies will be formed that try to police this.
So they let time travel go on
believe
for
it was
200 years?
Time Integrity Commission, is that right?
Sounds correct.
It was mentioned in Enterprise. I believe they're the TIC, the Time Integrity Commissions.
Okay.
Ticks?
Yeah. The 3000s, we've only seen slight glimpses of the 3000s. Very slight glimpses. It is simply referred to as future timeline. I can't give you any real information except for that the Enterprise looked wild. And that we were fighting a war in fluidic space.
Did it look like my dick?
No.
Actually, I kind of wonder something.
What?
At the end of the one mission of towards the end of the yesterday's Enterprise mission.
Yes, that was the TIC.
Yep.
The guys that held you in that force field and told you that you didn't belong here, that was the
Not
TIC.
yet, anyway. Yeah.
That was them. They came back from the 2800s.
So 400 years in the future.
Yes. So had you even wanted to resist, there would have been nothing you could have done, probably. And a lot of TIC agents exist in this time right now. They're walking around and serving on board starships. They could even be one of your crew. They would report to you. They would complete all their duties. They live in this time, ensuring that history moves in the way it's supposed to move. And while they're living here, if they see something that's out of whack, they send a message to the future.
That's pretty crazy. Can you...
you kind of got to think like Back to the Future.
Right.
The DeLorean gets struck by the lightning, and next thing you know, Doc is back in the 1800s, and they're like, here, deliver this note at this date and exact time.
Right.
That's like, here's this letter. Oh, something's fucked up. Let's fix it.
It's pretty wild.
Now, it took me a while to do this, and I've only done it for one thing. I compiled a list, if you're interested at all. If you want to know what is going on, I did this with the help of the Temporal Summary and the Star Trek Online wikis. I can tell you the exact episodes you need to watch to understand the Klingon War. Every piece of information you may need.
Are you counting the fan-made ones?
No, because it's not canon. Fan-made is never canon. No matter how good it is never canon.
Yeah, including that one that we watched over at Bill's dad's, where it was basically a continuation of what happened on the other side after they went to the mirror universe.
Well, I meant that one about the other war that was on YouTube and stuff.
Other war?
There was
Axanar?
like a Klingon war. Yeah, that.
Oh, no, Axanar, the reason that's a no-no, the reason it's not canon, is because Discovery is actually dealing with the Klingon War. That's one of the whole reasons for the new Star Trek, is it's going to deal with the Klingon War.
Yep.
So whatever story they were about to tell, That's part of the reason they got shut down. It sucks because it looked like it was going to be amazing, and I really think they should have just let them do it. But let's just look at this from a business point of view for 1 second. You have a multi-billion-dollar industry, Star Trek. Do you want to compete with your own fan base?
No.
No. So they shut it down. It seems bitchy, but I will say this. After Discovery is done, don't be surprised if they just back off and say, okay, do what you were doing. Because fans kept Star Trek alive for fucking 17 years while there wasn't a single episode of anything on the television. There was nothing out there for Star Trek fans to be into. Nothing. There was a movie, like a movie, and it took years to get it. There was no series, no new canon material, so fans kept Star Trek alive.
Yep. Then again, there was also the books too, the novels that were being made. So
fans. Those are all fans.
Yeah.
That's not written by Paramount. None of that is.
Yeah, that's all fan shit.
Kept
That's
Star
just
Trek
like that
alive.
Pokemon Uranium. There's a reason why Pokemon Uranium got shut down. It's because it was, one of those pretty decent games, and Nintendo was like, "Hey, we might use that for later. For now,
don't be surprised. Give it time. I'll bet you that movie is not actually gone. It's just that they didn't want to compete with it. I'm positive of it. Let them put out their little series. After their little series goes through, what are you talking about? Who will rewrite it?
No, I mean, they could probably add and take out some stuff too, depending on the series.
Oh, the fan stuff.
Yeah.
They can take the fan stuff and then change it based off of what the show does. Yeah, it's kind of true.
Truthfully, no, it won't be affected at all. Here's the other thing that's kind of confusing. Axnar was technically taking place in the Kelvin timeline. Look at their uniforms and look at the ship. Listen to the sound effects. It was taking place in the Kelvin timeline. Discovery is going to take place in this timeline. It's going to be 30 years. No, is it? It might only be like 15 years before Kirk. In fact, there's even rumor that we could see indication of young Bones even at some point during the series. But the best that I can figure out for the Klingon War, from the information I've been able to gather, if you want to understand the Klingon War and the references that were made, first you need to watch Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, because they're going to talk about the Accords. The Accords are laid out in Star Trek VI. You watch the original series, Doomsday Machine, and just in case you're wondering, that's Season 2, Episode 6. That will show you what that thing was that you fought. The Next Generation, Season 3, Episode 15, watch Yesterday's Enterprise. It will explain the Ambassador class and the Enterprise C.
And it's awesome.
Now, to understand the Klingon side of things, for when you go into the Klingons game and start playing with them, you're going to need to watch The Next Generation, Season 7, Episode 21, Firstborn. After that, you need to watch The Next Generation, Season 4, Episode 13, Devil's Due. A lot of this deals with the Captain Picard and him becoming kind of like a liaison for the Klingons, if you remember all that stuff. A lot of this stuff deals with stuff like that. You need to watch Deep Space Nine, Season 4, Episode 9, The Sword of Kahless, which he's considered to kind of be... If you know anything about the Klingons, you'll notice that they kind of revere him like a god. He was kind of... He might have been almost like their Jesus, if you want to get super technical. You can also watch Voyager Season 4, Episode 15, the Hunters. I believe the episode is just called Hunters. That will explain the Klingon side of things. For the Romulan side of things, watch Star Trek 2009. You know, to understand that their planet blew up. I mean, you know, it's kind of important. Watch Enterprise, Silent Enemy. This will help you understand why we never seen their faces. Watch The Next Generation, Season 5, Episode 7, Unification 1. Also, go ahead and watch Unification 2, but you get all the information you'll need from Part 1. But Part 2 is where Spock is, so you might want to watch it. The Next Generation, Season 4, Episode 26, Redemption. And then Episode 1 of Season 5, Redemption Part 2. After that, finish that with The Next Generation's The Mind's Eye. That's as far as I'm going. I have a compiled list to understand a lot of the other areas, but I just thought that since we've all finished the Klingon War, and there was a lot of questions about what is this, and what were these, and I got this, and I've never seen that, and I just thought I would go over what I could. And there's still a lot more I could go over, but we kind of need to get the show moving into the game talk. So I'm going to go ahead and cut myself off. So, the first thing we have on Game Talk.
I just got done doing some upgrades. As I'm running back up to you guys.
Oh, okay.
That technically counts as Game Talk, right?
Yes, because right now we're in an upgrade weekend, but by the time they see this,
actually,
it'll almost be
I just
irrelevant.
Used the shit out of it.
Yes and no.
I think it goes till Monday night.
Check.
Yeah, it's Monday night.
But first item on our list is they fixed Empress Sayla.
Yep.
Now.
Yeah, we were able to finish that.
Yeah, and here's what I was thinking. Did we miss out on it? Because we had to skip it. Do you feel that that we could have lived without it, or do you feel like you're happy they fixed it?
I'm a little of both.
I'm happy they fixed it. I'm kind of irritated.
It's story, but it was like,
Oh, I thought that mission was awesome. I liked going. It was the first. It was like a huge battle. I actually had to fight to save Vulcan. It was cool to see Sayla. It was neat to see that even her own people are kind of with her.
Yeah, but seeming we skipped that mission to do the next mission because that was the only thing we could do. We already knew what happened.
I knew what was going to happen anyway. It's Empress Sayla.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it was still one of those I kind of actually wanted to experience it type of things and not go, oh.
So the game is better for it being put back in. We did miss out on something.
Yeah, we did.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, we missed out. Yeah, we missed out on it.
We did miss out on it.
Because, I was about to say, that's like, okay, one of my favorite shows is NCIS, so there's more CBS shit for you. But, again, like I said, it's one of those things where I jumped into the show in, like, the middle of the show. So going back and watching the episodes previous to what I did, I missed a bit, and I was kind of irritated that I missed it, not knowing that it's a good show that I was going to like. However, so when it comes to this, yes, I'm kind of pissed off that I missed it. However, at the same time, you still find out that she's still, a giant bitch and, for my people, which is bullshit because it's all for her, not for her people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you kind of already knew what was going on you knew what was going on by skipping it, but at the same time, being able to see it at the beginning where she's like, oh, I'm glad to have all these diplomats here. I'm so glad you guys are here. And this guy pulls you aside and he goes, hey, not everything is as it seems. Go downstairs and check. So you go and you look around and she's like, curse these blasted bastards! And then you're like, oh, yeah, she's definitely a bitch. Okay, I can see it more now.
Oh, she's definitely a bitch.
It's like she still hasn't changed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a little bit of spoilers, but like she opens up a holotape recording and she's listening to Ambassador Spock be like, we're trying to save our brothers and sisters, and she's like, I'm tired of listening to this old fool. I'm like, you're the one that turned on the tape, bitch. This is the future, but there should still be two fucking things. One that lets you play something and one that lets you play something else. Fucking skip that shit. Don't keep fucking listening to it if it pisses you off.
The next thing we have on our list for Game Talk is, I heard you guys have spent a couple pennies. What have you bought, and what has been or not been worth it so far in the game?
Well, I just recently bought a ship upgrade token that does me absolutely dick all.
Yes.
Other than that, I've bought about 50 some odd of these lockbox keys.
Jeez.
Got
Yeah.
some pretty cool shit out of them.
Yeah,
So
I've spent about
$50
$70
well spent.
on those. Yeah.
I don't
which,
know.
Honestly,
I get it, but
I now
damn,
have
for
epic
$50, you could have
I have
had
epic
the
level
Tier
gear
6
now.
ship. You could have had the Tier 6 ship and 20 lockboxes.
Yeah, well, this was
That's
also
how they get you,
overtime.
man. They get you on these lockboxes.
NX, yes, got it, found it. Give it, you bitch! Ha 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 ha!
And he just bought the NX. Not the ship, the registry.
No. The registry, yeah. Now I am the captain, well, the commanding officer of the NX 1987E because, fuck you, that's why. It's a prototype. That's actually what the NX goes to the prototype ships. It's not just a registry of a class of ship, it's the prototype of a ship. So, I now have a prototype assault carrier. Boy, it keeps getting blown the fuck up by Borg. But no, I've got a lot of those upgrade tokens. I got like... how many of those do I have in my inventory now, actually? I have 95 dilithium mining claims, and I've used probably a good 5 of them already. So I've gotten about 100 dilithium claims out of it, which lets you do the big dilithium thing, which anytime I do it, I get about 5,000 dilithium.
Yep.
So with that, that's pretty much over half of my daily allotment of that I can refine. And I've got 95 more days of being able to do that, which is pretty handy. With the upgrade stuff that I've gotten, I've been able to get everybody semi-equipped in the fleet. I've got me 3 epic level pieces of equipment for my ship now. My phase polaron beam that I got out of my lockbox, that's epic level now. My photon torpedoes are epic level now. My shields are epic level, and pretty much everything else is purple. Well, actually, the dark purple, not the regular purple. So they're the very rare stuff. Well, except for this one phaser beam array. It's rare. I need to fix that. But other than that, I also did buy the Next Generation uniform, which is what I'm wearing right now. With a couple tweaks, of course. Because I didn't feel like being walking around in poopy orange or poopy yellow color.
Okay.
But I don't like the engineering color that much. Plus, I figured I'm kind of universal in a sense, so why the hell not? Seth, you dropped 70 on lockboxes.
Actually, technically, I have no idea how much I've dropped on lockboxes the more I think about it, because I spent 20 so that way then Scotty could open some. I spent
That's
30
funny.
so I could open a bunch,
That's
like
50.
day 1, and then I've randomly been buying them here and there. So at least 50, but I want to say it's closer to 70 I've spent on lockboxes, buying that fucking piece of shit goddamn what do you call it? The shuttlecraft. Thank you. Yeah, my brain fucking kicked in.
Let me
I
cut
bought
in.
the,
Hold
the
on, right
Stalker fighter.
before you go into this, just to do this, because you mentioned it, and I'm kind of hoping to make this show also a Star Trek knowledge show. There are 3 registries of NX, and then it's Alpha, Beta, and Delta. But that's it. It doesn't go past that, just so you know. the ships that have carried the NX registry, and by the way, Nick, you are right. After the United Federations of Planets was formed, NX was dropped and only used for experimental vessels. In the original launch of Starfleet, we had the NX-01, NX-02, NX-03, NX-04, and the NX-326. The 01 was Enterprise, the 02 was Columbia, the 03 and 04 have never been named in an actual canon series. The NX-326 was the USS Franklin.
Oh. I hate that fucking ship.
What?
That was in the new Star Trek movie.
I know, that's why I hate that ship, because that dude got stranded and it became a total dick.
After
Started
that,
sucking people's
But that doesn't have
energy.
anything to do. But that doesn't have anything to do with the ship.
after
He's
that,
the captain.
the original Constellation class vessel was the NX-1974. The original Excelsior was the NX-2000. There was also the Bradbury, the Defiant,
Yeah.
Shut up.
and the very
Defiant
last
sucked.
ship, to my knowledge, the last ship to ever carry an NX code was the Prometheus.
Yeah.
Which one was what class was Prometheus?
It was the Prometheus class.
Oh,
The
okay.
first ship
That
of
makes more
any
sense.
class
Yeah, that's right.
is usually named. Like the Constellation class vessels, it was
It's
named the
USS
Constellation. And then the Excelsior class vessels, the first one was named the Excelsior.
Man, I would have hated to be the captain of the USS Galaxy.
Yeah, that exists. There is an NX Galaxy.
I know, but I would have hated to be that captain.
I am the captain of the NX.
Oh, and to put a little light on what the Prometheus
That sounds
is,
nice.
you know that weird science vessel with the triangle type of front?
Yeah,
That's what the
like the
Prometheus
Intel
is.
one, isn't it? That's in the C-store, isn't it?
Yes, I think there is one in the C-store.
Let me take a quick gander. That's a T6, right?
But I figured I would, because you brought that up, that's all out of the way. Now keep going, because you were talking drop boxes and worth it money, and I'm also
Yeah.
curious if you've bought anything else besides.
No, basically that's it. Is keys for lock boxes, and then I bought that fucking shuttlecraft because, like a dumbass,
Oh man!
excuse me, I wasn't stopping
did.
to think, oh, they're gonna give me one. I was like, oh fuck, I need one. Oh well, we all have one. Yeah, because you guys downloaded the game day one. I've put it
Yeah.
on record multiple times. I've never been a huge Star Trek fan. I know
Understand.
bits and pieces of it. So when it came down to it, I was like, fuck, I don't have one. Because you guys all got one from jumping in on day one.
Give me a
So I was
sec.
like, pissed, let me buy one. So I bought one. And then they were like, here, have a shitty shuttlecraft. And I was like, god damn it. So yeah, that's basically all I've blown money on.
I did not blow money, but I got the 23rd Century bundle, because that was free. So I got
Yeah,
all
that was
these
awesome.
tunics and shit like that, and then
Yeah, I was about to say I got all the free shit too, like that one ship and the all the con stuff. But
I bought
again,
the
those are all free.
I bought the Federation bundle.
Seth, just to let you know, the Class F shuttle is 0 energy credits.
Yeah,
Dude,
Wait, what?
He even told you all you had to do was go talk to the
Oh,
ship
yeah,
requisition
yeah,
person.
he did it
There's a
before.
thing at the bottom.
Yeah, but
I
before
did
that, it gives you a
before
warning
the
saying
guy
the
gave
next
me
mission.
The fucking thing.
Yeah, before you ever do that mission, it gives you a warning saying you need a shuttlecraft. But he didn't have the mission yet. All it did was give him the warning, so he went in and bought a shuttlecraft.
And then it was like, here, have this thing so you can get one for free. And I was like, well, pissed.
I want one.
Because as soon as we got in and we started running around, I walked up to talk to the person. I was like, fuck, they're going to give me a thing for a shuttlecraft, aren't I? And they were like, here, take a free one. And I'm like, cocksucker. But at least I have my Horta.
I bought a couple of those lockbox keys, and I do mean a couple, like 10. And I might buy some later, but I don't know, man. That's the one that's iffy to me because I don't even get a guarantee when I buy it. I might get something cool, but I might get screwed. I opened up 2 of those damn things and got like a piece of food.
I have
And
yet
I found
to
a
do
tribble. So
Ouch.
So I got screwed on a couple of my dollars. So I was like, oh yeah, I don't know. But I bought the Federation pack. With that, I got the T6 Valiant. I got the Sao Paulo, the Excelsior, the Rhode Island Science Vessel, the NX Replica, the Delta Flyer, Liberated Borg Human Officer, all the Jupiter uniforms, 7 of 9 uniform, that cat that runs around with me, and then I got the title Voyager, Pathfinder, and Seeker. So I got quite a bit for doing that. The biggest thing that I wanted, which I'm wearing, you can't see it because right now I'm dressed in the con uniform, but I actually wear, as my main uniform for this character, the Jupiter stuff. And I'm currently piloting, my ship is an NX replica, like the NX-01. The only thing other than that I've bought, I bought the joined Trill. Because I love that concept. That alien actually carries the knowledge of each life that it has lived into the next host. And they're incredibly long-lived. And that's also the double meaning for why I named my ship the Phoenix. And also why she carries the name Phoenix. Because infinite rebirth, as long as that creature inside me survives, when I die, that creature will be put into another host, and then my life will continue through that host. The joined trills are really cool. In fact, Dax is one of them. If you watch the DS9, you'll notice that Sisko continually calls Dax old man because when he knew her, she was an old guy. And she lived as far back as the original series, because she mentions it during a time travel episode that she remembers the original uniform. She wore it. She was proud. Thought it was a great fashion statement back then. As for buying these characters, if you do get benefits for spending money on an actual class. Like, I receive hypermetabolism, which means I have a plus 33 to resist all radiation and toxic damages, and I also get like basically like a 10% health regen extra on top of what I normally get. And since I'm a doctor, that helps me stay alive when I'm under fire, because I don't take damage well. Also, because of the joined symbiote trait, I get a 3.3 bonus to the Starship hull repair, Starship shield emitters, Starship's weapons training, and Starship warp core potential. I also get a 6.7 bonus to Starship graviton generators, Starship particle generators, and Starship subspace decompilers. So I get better science traits. And since I'm using her as a science officer, that's going to help me in space a lot. Now, the next thing I might do in terms of personnel, like, you can buy bridge officers, and that's kind of cool. But for me, where it's at is every time you would have to buy this bridge officer. Every time. If your favorite thing was this Katine kitty person, you would have to buy that thing every time to have it on your ship. But if you hit R2 in your shopping menu here and you go over to species, you only have to buy these once and they're added, and you can just pick them as your main character. So you can have a Klingon for Federation, you can have this Pharazon, which I might be saying his name very wrong. I've never seen whatever he is. The kitty people are very new to me. I don't remember ever seeing, I remember seeing kitty people, but not that I remember much about them. But definitely not these purplish, bluish guys that are serving in the Klingon Empire. They're new to me. I don't seem to remember them in anything. But they get a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. If you're talking about like being balls to the wall shooting, they get like a 75% bonus to their jump height, which I don't know what that really does for you because jumping is not a big thing in this game. But they get a +5 to all their perception and all their percent bonuses to melee damage, and then they get like a 10% to all their exploit damage. They just get that. It's called like predatory instinct. They just get it. And all you got to do is buy this thing once, and then you can start using them. Where if you buy the bridge officers, every time you want one, you got to go buy another bridge officer of the same type.
Actually, ironically enough, that was another thing that I bought. I have a female Borg officer.
But if you wanted a second one, don't you have to go buy it again?
Yep.
So if you
500,
accidentally...
I think.
And it would have to be quite the accident, because you have to type in her name to get rid of her. But if you somehow accidentally got rid of her, you would have to buy her again.
Yep.
You almost can't do that on
$5.
accident, to be fair, though. Like, that almost has to be on purpose, because you have to type their names in. So that's not really an issue. Shane, have you bought anything? Or for that matter, Scott?
Oh, FYI, you can only have one Borg bridge officer active at a time.
Doesn't she, like,
So
count as epic gear, kind of? So you can
No.
only equip one?
Nope. She's just a unique Borg officer, which is why you can
Right,
only
so
have
in
one.
terms of bridge officer, she's unique gear. Because the unique
Yeah.
gear you can only equip once. Like on a ship, I have the grappler for my NX, but if I put the grappler on, I can't put any other unique gear on that ship. It locks you down to one unique gear.
To answer your question, I've only bought. I bought the keys for the lock boxes, and I only bought 4 of them,
And
and that's about. I didn't anything that I got in them I don't use, so I
right,
don't even
see,
remember what.
that's what worries me about it. Well, you probably did you got some of those free tech upgrades, at least.
Yes, yeah, I got.
Those are helpful.
Yes, they have been helpful. I have, I got 30 of the very rare universal prototype tech upgrades,
Okay.
and then like all the other ones I've been getting in missions and or drops or stuff. But those are the only things that I think were useful that I got with mine.
Right.
Other than that, I didn't really get anything, super special. So, and if I did, I don't even use it anymore.
Yeah, I bought that Federation pack. It was on sale, so I only spent like $30, and I got all that stuff. I got all these cool ships, and I got a Borg officer. And by the way, my Borg officer, because I bought her in the Federation pack, I can get her as much as I need. Every single character I start, I just claim the Federation pack, and it gives me that Borg officer again.
Yep.
Be right back.
So I can reclaim her as many times as I want because I got her through that. So if I did the same thing, if I spent another $30 on a sales weekend, and I got like the Klingon version, I would get that Catan, like kitty cat officer dude, and I would just be able to reclaim him all the time.
Which is pretty damn handy. Tactical.
Have you bought anything, Scott?
Technically, I bought some Zen, and that's it.
But you've yet to spend the Zen.
No. Technically, I'm gonna try to save it back for any type of sale or build up to get that lifetime thing.
I get that. Just kind of hanging on to it, and then if the sale hits, you might splurgeth.
Might.
Okay, no, that's not a bad thing. So the last two things on the Game Talk roster for tonight, check my list, was best and worst missions of your campaign so far, gentlemen.
Bajor.
Worst.
Bajor's worst.
Worst.
Fuck that place.
For you guys, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shut up. We don't care about your new Romulus shit.
Okay, I haven't
Bajor's the worst.
experienced
Okay.
that, but here's the thing. Throughout the course of the game, every single thing I did felt like I was doing something that mattered. Everything. Didn't matter how minuscule it was. It all felt relevant. Then I go to Bajor, and maybe I just got the short end of the stick here, but I did really dumb shit. They were like, hey, there's a guy screaming on a park bench. Go tell him no. So I had to go over there and talk to this guy, and every time you talk to him, he tells you another reason why he's mad. And I don't care why he's mad. Shut up. Next, they're like, can you go plant some plants? And I'm like, oh man, this is Final Fantasy 14. So I went and I planted plants. I planted
Hold on,
plants. Then they were like, can you run around to every single computer hub in the city? And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I had to run around to like 40-something computers, like, oh, this computer's all up to date now. Oh, this computer's all up to date now. And then they were like, hey, there's a bunch of bar patrons that are like unruly. Can you go talk to them? So then I have to go into the bars and I have to be like, please calm down. And they're like, okay, I'm sorry. And those were the missions I got through all of Bajor. Like, it was the most tedious, boring 4 a.m. mission I have ever done.
You want me to try to help everyone out with that? Because when I got to Bajor, you guys were already bitching. Oh, I had to go fucking potato farming. So I said, alright, well that's gonna suck. So I realized... Well, that's what I was about to say. I realized that they hand you 2 missions per.
Yeah, I
Take
know.
both missions, do 1.
Yeah, I know.
On the farming one, it said, okay, you can either go farm, or you can go to the religious temple that you've already dealt with, like, 2 missions
Oh,
back.
and read books?
You don't even have to, well, technically you have to read books, yes, but technically what I did is I walked up to the shrine, it gave me a cutscene where they said, you don't belong here, we're going to send you back. And then you go in, I already knew what book to read because I'd read the books before, went in and it said, hey, light incense. Okay, ran around and lit incense. Everything else was literally go to the holodeck, do a ground mission, go to the holodeck, do a space mission. I was like, well, this isn't that terrible. And compared to the bullshit I just put up with, it's not. I'd rather do Bajor again.
Well,
because
holy shit,
when you're
for me
doing
it
the
was
Bajor
terrible.
shit, well, I was about to say, when you're doing the Bajor shit, the worst thing I had to deal with was as a science officer, you have to run to the very start of the map, where the fucking teleporters are, beam down one guy, walk him all the way to literally the other side of the map, and go,
Okay.
here's another sick guy, lay down in bed, repeat process 4 times.
For my worst mission or experience, since I'm not as far as everybody, I've only completed 2 of the episodes completely, and I'm on the Romulan stuff right now. I'm gonna have to say probably the entirety of the Wasteland I didn't like, or I just didn't care for it.
Going
if
back
I
to
had-
movie 5.
I could believe that.
I mean, it
Well-
was fine the first time, just to understand the story and everything. But then when you run somebody else through it, then you realize this sucked. I didn't like it. When it compared to the Klingon, and from what I'm getting from the Romulan, these first 3 episodes you start with, the Wasteland is the weakest.
Well, let me explain something to you then. Once you get to Cardassian Struggle, which is where we're bitching about going to Bajor, it's
Yeah.
literally go to DS9 and run in a circle. Go to, what is it? It's the Badlands, fight a couple people. You have a mission called Jabberwocky where you get to go to an alternate reality Bajor where there's strip clubs.
You're in the
along
mirror
with
universe.
a little bit of normal.
You're in the
Yeah.
mirror universe.
Yeah, that's what
actually
I mean. You go
that's
there.
actually I enjoyed the mirror universe stuffs going into the
Yeah.
going into
And that
the
happens in the Cardassian?
yeah the mirror
it's
universe
part of-
attempts to invade kind of.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Makes me want to get
So
to
like
the
I said,
Romulan
like that
stuff.
entire part, of Bajor or whatever, sucks. What is it? It's Boldly They Rode sucks because you don't realize it. They give you a hazmat suit, like a new
Yeah.
hazmat suit, and the new hazmat suit has an ability that you can only use by holding down your toggle for using the suit and going to the wheel. And then there's a fucking move you can do that will allow you to go from one beacon, one of the little beacons, to the next beacon. Otherwise, it's 2 hours of walk your ass around slowly.
Awesome.
That sounds
Yeah,
like that's, that sounds
I
like
watched a
that's
lot of YouTube. However, once you get to New Romulus is hands down the worst. The entire thing, just the entire chapter sucks. It's literally Bajor. Not a joke. They go to New Romulus, and because it's New Romulus, you have to do fetch quest. It's literally fetch quest. Then the next part, you go into a fucking, what am I trying to think? A warehouse where you deal with this one asshole that you've already dealt with before. And after you're done dealing with him and his bullshit, then you go back outside where you have to run in a fucking circle and complete mundane, mindless tasks. Then you get to go inside of a fucking cave and run around where you get to kill a couple things, which is kind of fun and breaks the monotony a bit. Then you get to go back outside and climb a mountain and collect rocks. Then you get to go inside of another cave where you get to do something cool. Then you leave there where you get to go back outside and run around in a forest and pick fucking flowers. So you can go inside of another fucking cave and run around for a couple minutes. Then you got to go outside so you can run around and study the archaeology of the planet that was, basically the world that you're taking over now. And then after you study the archaeology and all that other happy bullshit, then you get to go inside and deal with more fucking stupid bullshit where you literally have to have a hazmat suit for your entire team, or since you're the only one with a hazmat suit, your team dies, you now have to deal with an entire group of assholes on your own.
Sweet.
It is the worst bunch of fetch quest bullshit I've ever dealt with, and I played WoW. World of Warcraft is nothing but fucking fetch quests. From what I hear from playing Final Fantasy 14, it's nothing but fucking fetch quests. New
For a
Romulus
very long time.
is-
For a very long time. Don't let these two lie to you. For
No, there is
60
a
plus
lot of it.
levels, all I did was pick bugs off of chocobos, walk grass, pick people's gardens, dumb shit.
I didn't. Whoa,
Yes.
whoa! First off,
So
I didn't
New
say
Romulus, New Romulus is dog shit. It's literally talk to this guy. Okay, take up your next mission. Run in a circle and try to complete fetch quests that get you literally 4% completion every time you do a tiny thing. Which, okay, that's fine. Here's the problem: if you're in an instance where there's 600 other cocksuckers running around, they'll walk up as you're going to do something or be standing next to it, and when they see you go to walk up, they'll go, "Oh wait," click. And it disappears away from you. So then they fuck off and go somewhere else to try to find shit, while you end up having to do the same thing, where either you run in a circle looking for something else to grab, or you stand there and wait to fuck somebody else over.
So it's no different. It's no different than the Wasteland. It's the same. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you dealt with Wasteland? Bullshit. Cardassian Struggle? Most of that is fetch quest bullshit. Green Invasion is okay. Borg is literally 5 missions. They're long missions, and I had a hell of a time with one of them, because the very last mission, it's something glitched out, so because there's a whole group of guys with you, it's hard as fuck to actually kill the last thing you need to kill to complete the mission. But New Romulus, for me, all of it can lick my sweaty asshole
Dang.
after I've taken in nasty shit and haven't wiped.
Oh.
all of New Romulus sucks ass
What's the
through a
best?
straw. The best? That one's tough. That one really is tough. Because again, with Cardassian, I liked Jabberwocky and going to the Mirror Universe. I did enjoy a good portion of the Borg. When it came down to the Breen, most of that is like simple shit, so I didn't mind it. I think it's in Romulan Mystery when you end up going back in time and you get to hang out with Bones and Scotty and that. That was pretty fucking sweet. So, I mean, most of that was pretty good. But for now, I don't know. That's kind of difficult to pick one.
About you,
No,
guy?
I take that back. I take that back. My favorite had to have been New Romulus 8, the very first one, because when I warped in, the guy's face didn't load all the way.
Oh my god.
So his eyeballs were hanging out, and he had no mouth or teeth. It was just like an empty hole with gums. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
We've had that happen a lot of times on the PC, haven't we, Bill?
Yeah, so for me, that was my favorite, because I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, blah, blah, new colony, blah, blah, save our people, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I can't even pay attention to what's going on, because what I'm looking at is going to haunt my nightmares for the next week and a half.
Damn.
So what about you, Shane?
I said that. Oh, my favorite part?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty simple for me. Because I'm not so far,
Moving on to Romulan, so you're out of the wasteland.
I got out of the way. My favorite part of the game is probably when you go to the city on the edge of Never.
Okay.
And you see the Guardian.
Yeah,
and
that
you
was
go back
pretty
in
sweet.
time and stuff. That and the Doomsday device is really cool. Those are probably my two favorites so far. I like nothing in the Wasteland, and so far the Romulan stuff isn't bothering me. But
Oh, just wait, it will.
but
Yeah.
I think so far the best story arc is the Klingon War. So
What about you,
I don't
Scott?
know. Hanging out. Yeah, go
What's
ahead,
your favorite?
Well, it's probably going to be agreeing with a lot of the other favorites, and that's the Past and Perfect, where you go back and fight with the old Enterprise.
Okay, you're talking about where young Bavat tells you to kill
Yeah.
old Bavat.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole mission chapter during the
How
Klingon War
bad?
is my favorite.
How bad do you gotta fuck up that you meet your younger self and your younger self looks you up and down, looks to your greatest enemy and says, please kill him?
It's like, for the love of God, put me out of my own misery.
Yeah, please kill me.
Because I'm sick of looking at me.
Don't kill me, kill
you,
old
you
me.
You mean like how we all felt when we were trying to mix drinks for that one bitch? It's like just somebody put me out of my fucking misery.
yeah,
Swear to
fuck her.
Christ, that bitch is gonna die.
I
The
don't
second
like.
I find out how to do it, bitch
Oh,
is dead.
that's too cold. Oh, that's not good enough.
Shut up, Shane.
Oh,
Cheers.
this drink is perfect. I don't like the glass.
Oh, man.
Bitch, I will pour this in a shoe and make you drink it.
But yeah, that
I
was
was
my
about to.
that was my best one so far. But as far as worst, I want to agree with a lot of you guys with saying the Wasteland was a waste of time. But I'm starting to feel more with this current mission I'm on called the Vault, where I had to take my shuttle somewhere else.
Oh, the shuttle missions. Oh.
Yeah.
It's okay, you get to do another one of those around DS9. That one's fun too.
Oh,
Well,
the
my
shuttle
biggest issue right
missions
now
suck.
Yeah.
Is that I'm using my free shuttle. My
Yeah, that
promotional
What's
free
the old
sucks.
F1?
Yeah.
Are you using the shuttle or the F1?
Hold on. Because I know it's
Well-
this, yeah, the Class F shuttle that I currently have.
Oh my god, you're using the original series shuttle?
I haven't fully went through and taken the shuttle out of my main ship yet, so I haven't gotten that far yet, but from what I'm guessing, this is going to be a pain in my ass.
The shuttle missions suck. They suck.
If it's any consolation, Scott, I am currently using a Type 8 shuttle, which I think... Actually, how much did that one cost? Damn it. I'll be right back again.
What the shit?
And thank God, that's another game thing that I said that... Well, I was about to say, that's another game thing that we didn't get to that we can touch on real quick. I've tried killing myself several times in here by jumping off of the ledge and falling down, and it's impossible to do. So every time we jump off the cliff to go down to do shit, it's impossible for you to die.
You can get to one hit point, you can't get to 0.
Minutes.
Yeah, it's impossible to get to 0. It automatically stops you at 1. It's like having endured. But anyway, continue, Scotty.
Well, I was looking up the actual shuttles I can buy, and it's like, I did buy this extra one, I just haven't presently equipped it to my ship yet, so...
Yeah, the Type 8 shuttle is 20,550 energy credits, so pretty easy to get. Then, or if you want to be all sweet looking, you can get the Danube class runabout. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I was reading with the mission summaries, that you can use the runabout.
Yep.
Well, or you could spend money and get the Stalker fighter like I did. I think it only cost me like $5.
No, if you're gonna spend money, go get the Delta Flyer. Because come on, Delta Flyer.
I don't know, man. I think I might want to freaking go around in the captain's yacht.
Yeah, good luck with that. You either have to buy the lifetime membership or play the game for 400 days.
Yep.
Get on it.
That sounds all stupid. Give me the yacht.
Playing the game for a little over a year? There are people on this server that have probably played since it started. They probably got multiple captain yachts.
Not on the PS4, they don't.
No.
Yeah. So, if you want Captain Yacht, Shane, that's all you gotta do. Just drop $250 and you too can have the Captain's Yacht.
Not worth it.
Yep, because you can't buy it. I'm in the store right now looking at the ships.
Yep. The only way to get it is through the lifetime membership or the 400 days of playing the game.
There's one in here that looks crazy, though. Peregrine Attack Fighter.
Oh, the Peregrine?
Yeah. It's not Gwyn.
Named after the Falcon.
It's Grine.
Sorry, the Peregrine. It's named after a Falcon.
2 forward weapons.
That's what all of them have.
No, you know what? No, I don't think this thing is worth it. Delta Flyer all the way.
Fuck yeah, dude. Look at that. It's so sleek and shit.
The Delta
and
Flyer...
then you get Tom Paris to pilot it.
The Delta Flyer has one thing that a lot of shuttles don't get. It has the 2 forward weapons, but it has 1 ensign universal station and 1 ensign science station. So you get 2 abilities, not 1 ability.
Yep.
It can also hold 1 of each console. So you can boost its stats up enough to survive. Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's kind of true.
The Type 8 shuttle has 1 slot for each type of console, too.
Yeah, but only 1 ability.
Yep. I don't even think I have anybody set to mine.
Oh, that's good.
Cruise station.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the ones you can buy.
Yeah, I'm looking
Oh,
at
well,
it.
there's one that's interesting. The Scorpion Fighter, you could have got 2 tactical consoles and an engineering console.
Hey, Shane. What's missing there?
No abilities in space.
Fucking Type 8 sucks dick. Do not buy the Type 8 shuttle.
Why? What's up
No
with it?
officer. It has no officer slots.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It runs on autopilot.
Oh, I'm into
Yeah,
that.
runs off It runs off autopilot, and anything that you've already managed to unlock.
Oh, yeah.
This thing sucks.
So then, do we have anything else tonight?
I had a feeling there was something else that we were supposed to talk about, and I don't really remember right off the top of my head.
I'm kind of doing the same. I know that there was something that I did want to talk about. Give me 1 second. I think I made sure to screen cap that shit. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, right. There's the DS9 mission. When you're supposed to be talking to all the delegates and everything. I noticed that there's one that's kind of broken. I don't know if it was just specifically to my game or if it was all of them. But it's called diplomatic.
Yeah,
well, I was
we
about to
had
say,
that
yeah, it's
issue
called
too.
diplomatic distractions. Yeah, you're supposed to go talk to the one diplomat, and then he'll buy all of the bullshit, so that way then you can go in and basically talk to the Ferengi running the bar to be like, yeah, here you go, you could take you some holodeck time for your ambassador, no problem. But every time I went to talk to him, like, it just kept looping in this thing of, I'm glad to have you on our side. I'm glad to have you on our side. Glad to have you. I'm like, motherfucker. I need to do this goddamn side quest. So, like I said, I didn't know if that was just me, but I guess from what you're saying, yeah, no, that's everyone. So, considering the fact that it's a side quest, it's not that important, but
Right.
still. And if you guys want a dance party, here's a dance party.
I
Seizure warning.
have learned to dance in midair.
Well, technically you're
Sorry.
standing on 3D chess.
Oh, compare
Yeah.
1 foot.
Those are
Okay,
good. Those are
I'm
good
jigging.
quality chessboards. All right,
It
so
must
this
be.
was Sons of Khan episode 3. I think we're done here.